Okay, now I'll start the explanation for how to do the Heretic rotation. The first thing you need to know is about Heretic's bubble system. So the main DPS skill, as you can see from the skill details, is Devastation. And to use this skill correctly, we have to use the Devastation bug that's currently in this patch, and they haven't bothered to fix it. So normally, Devastation deals like 1 extra hit per nightmare burst per 30 of the bubbles. So usually when 90 bubbles, it deals like 3 hits. So it's like around 30k for damage. And for this bug, it happens when you have only like 60 bubbles. You'll also do an extra hit if you have 60 bubbles, even though you don't have like the last 30 bubbles that's needed. So let me do a bug version. So you can see it deals like 3 hits, and then you can see it again when I do the normal version. So when you are at 100 bubbles, what you should usually do is that you don't do the extra attack, because if you do the extra attack, it will look like this. You use like 90 bubbles to do the same damage as 60 bubbles. So what you should do instead is to, let me just get my bubbles up first, is to do this. Use normal Devastation without using the extra additional attacks. So it deals like 1 hit only. Then you wait for the Devastation CD to come up. Then you do the 60 version. So in this case, you do like 4 hits instead of the normal 3 hits when you are at full bubble. But it's best if you just stick with like 60 bubbles, so that it won't be like that much of a hassle. And for our Heretic, there are like 3 main skills for bubble collecting. One is the shield skill, Chaos Shield. You throw it, and then it will recover like bubbles per hit. So in total, it gives like 14 bubbles. And then the other nightmare skill that gives you a lot of bubbles is Heretic. Give you like, Heretic give you like 1 bubble per use. So it's like your main way of getting bubbles, but it's very slow. So usually it's not like, this is like why our character's DPS is bad, because like most of his damage is on Devastation, and the most reliable way to get bubbles is from Heretic. Yeah. And for Pain to Gain, you can use it every 60 seconds to get it says like 30 bubbles here, but actually it gives like 50 bubbles if you get the intense buff. So with this, you need to make sure that your bubbles don't go over like 90 to use the 60 bubble bug thingy. Yeah. This is like how to increase damage for our Heretic. And let me explain each of the skills next. So you can see that the bubble gain skill is Chaos Shield, Pain to Gain, and also Heretic. And then other main DPS skill you can see from here is actually Deadly Blow and Evil Hand. Those 2 skills goes together because if you cast Savage Savage Attack, not Deadly Blow, sorry. Deadly Blow is iframe skill that can be used to cancel any of your skill, except Evil Hand. So you usually just spam it when its CD is up, because it's like 3 iframe and it's good for positioning. Also, you can use it after your combo, or what does the cleric call it? Where's the skill again? Sliding step. For our character is quick dash. So you can use it right after quick dash to get a very long iframe. Yeah, that's the main usage for deadly blow. And the combo skill I said is like evil hand plus savage attack. Evil hand is usually just used as a debuff skill. You can see here. But for some reason the debuff doesn't show up on the status bar. It do show up on the boss, but not on the status bar. Yeah. But yeah. Then you can see that if it's like enhanced state, what it does is like it quick cast like savage attack. Because normally if you cast savage attack, you need to do this action and manually cast it. It also like doesn't deal that much damage in my opinion. So if you use it as a combo right after deadly hand, evil hand, it looks like this. So it's faster cast and better for the combo. If you take like 2 CD plates, one for evil hand, one for savage attack, around like per 2 evil hand you can cast 1 savage attack. That's like why I'm using like the CD plates for those skills. Evil hand, savage attack, and then other currently I use is for Sawblade. But currently the CN3 Sawblade has a very big bug that your Sawblade sometimes just disappear. Because normally you can see it deals like 15 hits. Sometimes it only deals like 3 hits, then it disappears, or it doesn't even deal any hits. That's one of the main reasons why our character DPS is that bad. Because Sawblade usually is very high up in the skill details, but as you can see in my in my rotation before, even though I use it when it's up, it only deals like 4%, even lower than savage attack. Sometimes it just doesn't do any damage at all. So you really couldn't do anything about that. It's just a bug. But if you don't want to deal with the bug and the not persistent, not good DPS, just take this plate away. Maybe replace it with something like Chaos Shield CD to ensure like faster bubble gain, does like more devastations. So yeah, that's pretty much all for our Heretic. Another thing about our Heretic is the debuff skills, but the debuff skills are for our Heretic is like execute and evil hand. Evil hand gives like elemental resistance, but for some reason it doesn't show up here. Like even for execute, the boss doesn't have like any debuff sign. But I from my past experience, it's there. It just doesn't show up. I'm not sure if it's still the same case here now. But well, evil hand, it doesn't show up on the status bar. It only shows the enhanced state thingy. But you can see from the icon, it's really there. Yeah. And another main DPS of our character is the Death Gate. It's his ulti. So usually what you can also do is just take away Sawblade, replace it with ulti CD. But ulti needs a long cast time, and it's not always that useful because sometimes the boss will walk away. So it depends on you. Because it's not as good as before anymore. They already nerfed it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for our Heretic. He is a very, very bad class because of all the bugs he has. But well, for the self-heal skill, you have Soul Steal, which only recovers like 147k HP. And also the Cleric Heal skill, and it recovers like 3% of your HP. which is actually good enough to sustain Pain to Gain, because Pain to Gain now have like 16s CD. If you spam heal and also soul steal and also you do DPS on the Land Corruption, actually won't be that bad lah. There's also the block thingy for clerks. So Heretic in general is a very easy class to play, because he has a lot of defense skill and also the very long iframe from his shift skill. And if you pair it up with Deadly Blow, it's even longer. Also, like, all of his skill can be cancelled by the... all of the skill except Evil Hand can be cancelled with shift only. Like, even this can be cancelled. Shift and only like Evil Hand and ulti can be cancelled, but well, that's probably just like all for this class. Just remember to renew your transform before it expires, not like me that I always forgot to do that. There's also a small trick that you can use when you are casting Deathgate, because there's currently another bug that you can cast like midway when you are using Deathgate, like just what I did just now. So you can use like any other skill after Deathgate. What you want to use depends on like the situation. But I remember people pairing it up with Sawblade, so you can like deal more DPS that way. But yeah, it depends on you, and this bug doesn't always work. So yeah, this is pretty much it for our character. Yeah, he's just a stat class. I will post his skill up in the description of this video, because the skill up I currently have is wrong. And for the plates, just go with what I have now. Maybe change Sawblade to ulti Deathgate CD will be better. Yeah, that's much all. And for skill up, take Devastation, because it's the main DPS skill. Yeah. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching.